You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's Sunday on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Far Beyond the World. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Excellent. The tiger clasps his hands and raises them to the sun in mock thanksgiving. What a joy making business with you. Let me pack that up. We wait as the tiger grabs some linen rag and packs everything tightly inside, wrapping it safely and securing with a cord. Here you are, my lords. I hope these garms will bring you luck and much enjoyment. Once he passes us the parcel and we give him his due, we take our leave, with Ranok carrying my shoppings under his arm. Happy? You really didn't have to. I wanted to. He shrugs. Anyway, you needed something new to wear. To be fair, what I really need is actual shoes. I wiggle my left toe. But so far, I don't think there are any. I splay my arms. All I can see is jugs, glassware, and clothing, but shoes? Not so much. Well, your kind might not be mythical creatures out here, but not exactly common either. True. I mumble with worry, realizing that getting the one thing I desperately need might not be as simple as I originally thought. We meander between the stalls on the lookout for the one item that would complete my attire, but it's increasingly hard not to get distracted by the bustle of this place. It's a simple market, but it's as vibrant as a kaleidoscope, so much different to Tiernan. I stop, hearing the energetic calls from the nearby stand. It's awfully crowded, and the gathered seem to be dazzled with the show. Come, come, my friends! Witness the magical wonders of the mysterious land of Wei! What's this? I ask idly, only to have Ranok shrug it off. Another peddler. I want to have a look, I mutter, approaching closer and pushing between various people until I reach the stall. There's a big, rounded tiger who displays his arms over an array of different containers with colorful dusts and powders inside of them. Smell this enchanting aroma of incense and sandalwood! He fans his paw above a small plate where the scented substance chars merrily, spreading its subtle aroma. It reminds me of many manly perfumes sold back on Earth. Let me dazzle your eyes with cold fire and tempt you with the medicinal wonders of Ashari herbs. He continues, dusting something over the incense, causing a small show of sparkling and glittering fireworks, followed by a yellowish fume. He's good. Very good, and other bystanders seem to agree. Yes, young master! Yes, young master, you too! I see, are drawn to the unknown! I jitter in surprise as the tiger points me out from the crowd. I was wondering if you'd have any tea. Tea? Why? Seems you know more of the world than most. But tea is for those dim-witted Philinians, who buy anything you sell them. No, young master. He shakes his head theatrically. I only have the finest of chais. Here, sniff it, sniff it. He urges, scooping a handful of dried leaves from the box. Don't be shy, invite it to your nostrils and let it tantalize you with its exotic aroma. Alright. Coffee's done. Oh, that smells amazing, I gasp out, very much enthralled by the scent. And it tastes 1,000-fold so, the tiger proclaims, turning on his heel and grabbing a small steaming pot from the back counter. He pours a tiny bit into a saucer and passes it to me. Here, just a courtesy sip. I eagerly nod in gratitude and bring it to my lips. The warm tea hits my tongue like a lover's kiss, and I almost melt at the lovely earthy aroma. It also latches onto an echo of something lost in the void between the worlds, and I cannot resist the nostalgia. Oh God, I've missed this so much. This has to be the best tea I've ever had. You heard it yourself, folks. This well-traveled human attests to the genuineness of my wares. The tiger wastes no time to proclaim his triumph, and soon he's flooded with offers, people squeezing in between us and trying to buy their own share of this delightful tea. You think we could fit this into our budget? I take this opportunity to utter a discreet question to my guardian. Sure, I'll buy anything you like. I smile in gratitude and wait for the merchant to be free from his current customer. Once the window of opportunity presents itself, I push through and draw it to his attention with a nod. How much for that small box, good sir? That'll be half a talent. What much? Ranok exclaims to the much diminished shopping enthusiasm of the gathered. Half a talent. The tiger reiterates confidently, and Ranok scoffs. It dried leaf. He turns to me with a bemused expression. Come on, Orien, this is obviously a con. I can find you some bushes like that in the forest. Ranok, That's tea. I cross my arms and I look at him with slight pity. It wouldn't grow in this climate. As much as I like to unwind with you sharing a mug of ale or a flagon of wine, I need to have something else to drink. Seriously? He frowns, throwing his aggravated gaze at the unassuming box. Can we afford it or not? That's not the point. The wolf sneers. For half a talent, I can buy you an entire barrel of the finest tigery stout. Like I said, I don't want to be drinking just booze or water. And if you end up following through with this mad plan of yours, it'll be something nice to remember you by. Are you sure you want to spend that much money on a box of leaf shreds? His unconvincing expression forces me to double-guess this purchase, and I look to the merchant once again. How many cups is in there? If you use a spoonful for each pot, then I'd say 20 to 30 servings. And a pot is like, what, 4 cups? I guess, to which the tiger nods. That it is, young master. Ranok, that's like 2 months worth of tea. I'll pay you back. Here, you can even take your token. I don't want you to pay me back. He scoffs in a clear display of offense. I just think it's a waste of money. I'd buy a damn golden carriage if you asked me to. Well, then, you'll be happy to buy me a bag of leaf shreds. I wink, trying to ease him a little. I don't need a golden carriage. I don't need tea either, come to think of it. But if he wants to buy me stuff, I'd rather he buy me stuff I want. Ugh. Alright, 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's jump back into it, shall we? Okay. However, I'd be a fool not to head some of his reservations. I face the merchant with a slightly apologetic gaze. My friend seems unconvinced when it comes to your offer. Perhaps if you were to sweeten it a little? Especially considering the business I've trumped for you. I bopped my head towards the still animated crowd. What would you have in mind? The tiger raises his brow. I've had some nice tisanes while staying at the inn. After all, common herbs come cheap, unlike tea. And there it is, a slight smile from the merchant who follows my line of thought. Perhaps I could part with a small pouch. Which herbs are you after? Hyacinth or chamomile? Valerian root, perhaps. I try to recall the one Sylph recommended for calming nerves. Ah, you're an anxious type. Well, I have a good mixture for that. I can add it to your order. I'd be much obliged. By the way, I was wondering if you could help me, good sir. I speak up as Ranok concludes our transaction. My feet need covering. We humans wear shoes. It's a type of footwear. I know what shoes are, lad. Oh, please forgive me. I smile apologetically. Anyway, seeing as your market has all sorts of stuffs from foreign lands, I was wondering if perhaps there'd be a shoe seller nearby, or a cobbler. A cobbler? My, that's not a word one often hears. The male laughs, rubbing his chin. I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, lad. There are no humans living in these parts, and I don't know of any other kin who also needs footwear. But, as luck would have it, we quite often have traders and envoys from the Broken Isles passing through on their way to the capital and beyond. Our master leatherworker is known for mending their gear, and I bet you would find help there. Oh, that would be perfect. Do you know where we can find him? Him? The tiger laughs yet again, pointing into the distance. Sloane has her shop set up in the street following from that corner of the square. You can't miss it. She's always tinkering with something at the counters. Thank you. I nod in gratitude and lead Ranok in the pointed direction. Seems I might have found a solution for my shoelessness. Hopefully it won't involve another daylight robbery. The wolf chuckles, and although he's in a good mood, I still keep in mind that we've just spent two and a half talents. I might not exactly know how much money that is, but considering my bond was set at 3 talents, and that it would take a ward 3 years to repay it, it ain't little. I take a deep breath of relief once we leave the crowded alleyways between stalls and enter the streets flanking the square proper. Thanks for all this. I'll put it to good use. No problem. You deserve a treat after all you've been through. I smile and gently bop into his shoulder. I enjoy this, as shitty as our situation might be, just walking around town and shopping with you. A breath of normality after all the craziness, eh? He snickers softly. I bet it feels more so for you. I add, realizing that no matter how much I waddle in self-pity, he's the one who went through actual trauma. Facing battle, real battle with real consequence, must have shaken him up to the very core. I've seen bits and pieces of it before, his stoic persona cracking ever so slightly. Yeah, this place is just as I remember it. Alien, but oh so exciting. Yep, that's definitely a sentiment I can relate to. I look at the various buildings flanking the streets like cliffs. It's almost surreal considering the living conditions in the Woven Village. Strandbard is really something else entirely. After a short walk down the street, I can finally spot the corner shop the tea merchant mentioned. She's a wolf! I gasp, stopping dead in my tracks and observing the middle-aged female conducting business with some well-off tiger. Unbranded. Ranok narrows his eyes and I tilt my head. A runaway? Most likely. Quite surprising to see one set up shop so close to home. He shrugs and we decide to approach. By Aluna's grace! A Tiernan wolf! Hears surprised words of a twinge of fear to them. It's been years since we had any newcomers here. And what's this? She darts her gaze to me, immediately scoffing at the sight of my collar. Another poor soul indentured. What's he meant to be, your pack mule? Something like that. Orien! Ranok stutters, clearly shocked I've just responded to her in their native tongue. What? It's not like she's gonna tell anyone. You speak Woven? Damn, things back home must be deteriorating faster than I thought. You don't bear the mark of the weeping moon. Why are you here? He throws at her a barely disguised accusation, causing the female to raise her brow challengingly. Why do you think? You ran off from your tribe. Like thousands of wolves before me and thousands of wolves since. She sighs, dipping her soot-stained rug into some dark paste and returning to the polishing of an ebony piece of armor. Why are you here? If you think of apprehending me, I have to warn you. Even if you'd managed to take me on, which I highly doubt judging by your blemish-free armor, the city guards would cut you down before you'd force me past the gate. So eager for the tigers to defend you? At least they're defending those in need. We're not here to start any trouble. I try to reassure her, causing the female to stop her task for a moment and give us a second. This time a less dismissive glance. No? Oh. Okay, then. She plops the rug to the side and rests her elbows against the counter. Wolves in these parts usually are. What can I do for you? Well, I was wondering if you could help me with these. I mutter uncomfortably, raising up one leg and drawing her attention to my makeshift footwear. Oh dear, that is a sad state of affairs, my lad. I've seen humans travel 1,000 miles in better shape than whatever that is meant to be. I was wondering if perhaps you could make a pair of shoes for me? Of course I can. I'm the best shoemaker in all of Strandbard. You're the only shoemaker in all of Strandbard. I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!